Happy Saturday morning, trekkers. It is December 10th, 2022. Beautiful winter day, 28 degrees, very light wind, overcast. Snow is coming. We'll probably finish before it happens, and a sick part of me thinks that's unfortunate. We are out at the Fume Lake State Natural Area right outside Iron Mountain, Michigan, in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. We're hoping for a really nice outcome here of today's hike. We've been having a little bit of leg and back issues here the last couple days. Yesterday saw us up about an hour and a half north in Marquette County, up in the McCormick Wilderness Tract, and we had to hit the escape key just a couple of times. This is yesterday. Well, good morning, trekkers. It is Friday, December 10th, 2022, about 8:45 in the morning. And we are up here in Michigan's Upper Peninsula in Marquette County on the North Country Trail. And we are going to take a short little hike, aren't we, Evie? We're going to take a short little hike. That'll take us up that way to Marquette County's high point. Fabulous morning. It is 10 degrees Fahrenheit, but there's absolutely no wind. We've got a few inches of snow on the ground. Looks like a well-traveled trail to follow, and light snow is sort of promised for tomorrow, but we have some light flurries. Fantastically beautiful winter day, first winter hike of the season, and I am very excited about this. So far, had a great drive here, and only been about a half mile, and it's been a lot of fun. Evie's had a lot of fun. Later. Just a big rock poking up out of the ground. Well, I'm glad for the footpath that somebody put in here. We are in the McCormick Wilderness, and as such, in the wilderness, can't mark your trails. With this snowfall, without somebody having been here before, there's no chance I would have been able to find where to go. Especially with the numerous blowdowns that we have to navigate several times already. Several times, and I've only gone a mile. The path has taken us around a blowdown and under and over. Now, at some point here, we're supposed to start climbing, and that we haven't worries me that this is not the path. But you know what's going to happen? We're going to follow this for a couple of miles at least, regardless, and just enjoy the hike, no matter where we are or where it goes. What a fantastic piece of trail. Over here to the right, there is a large cliff, easily going up 100 feet. Icicles hanging down from it. Off to the left, creek meanders through this wetland meadow. And without a doubt, this is not the North Country Trail. This is going to be the trail that follows along the creek and goes up to some lake that I can't remember the name of. But we're going to follow it anyway. I did not see a spot back there where the North Country Trail would have forked off, which means that it probably has not been traveled since the snow fell. And with no signage. I don't know. Well, geez, Turtle, why didn't you prepare for this? Where are your maps? You know, before 8 o'clock last night, I didn't even know I was going to be on this trail. Before yesterday at about 8 o'clock in the morning, I didn't even know I was going to be up here. Things just kind of fell together, and I do have an electronic version of the North Country Trail. However, that app decides that last night and this morning that it no longer wants to function. So no, I don't have any maps. Which also means I shouldn't be going off trail or trying to find my own trail, right? So follow the footprints and enjoy the day. End of the road, and clearly it was for the people that came out here as well. If it were just me, I can see where the rocks are and I would probably hazard it, but Doggy's not going to be able to follow that or know to follow it, and I will have a dog up to her chest in frozen water. So we turn around here. Maybe I can find that branch of the North Country Trail that I maybe missed. Oh, good gravy. There it is. There's the bridge we came over from the second trailhead. And right there it is. Every year there's a hot debate online on all the different forums about hiking in the winter versus snowshoeing. And I am not snowshoeing. And on this trail, as it stands right now, I would not. Snowshoeing, I mean, I could. But there's, you know, that's all the farther it goes in. It wouldn't be much fun. And you can see how canyoned this trail is. Trying to snowshoe this would be a real pain. No fun whatsoever. Whoa, that's water. Okay. So we have ourselves a creek crossing. Alright, we found a dryish way across. No problem. Oh, there you go, trekkers. Lost the trail. It comes up to this creek and it looks like it goes up that way, but we just disappear. I've looked around this little corner. I've looked up there. Kind of went back and forth a little bit across the ridge there, or bottom of the ridge, looking for something going up. Yeah, it probably is obscured in a blowdown and without a map, GPS, all that. Not possible. Not smart. We've had fun. We climbed a little. We're hot and sweaty. Let's go find the next thing to do. And we parked right about there, and we ended up walking down the road, taking the North Country Trail back to this trailhead, because did not realize that it joined up here. We initially started following this White Deer Lake Trail, and we got to this spot right here, that creek crossing, and that's where we turned around. We came back, found the North Country Trail, went up and down some hills. I'm thinking we made it to probably right about here, somewhere in there. We still had quite a ways to go, I think, over to here. Actually, right here is where it's at. Right there's the high point, and we lost the trail somewhere in here. So this is definitely a trip for another day. If this wasn't wilderness area and there were blazes, We could have followed the blazes, found those, but it's just as well. Evie's soaking wet from playing in the snow. I am, my knees are kind of sore from walking on the snow. Even with micro spikes and whatnot, it still is works muscles a little differently, and it's a little more difficult. So I think it was good that we kind of ended it here. Yeah, and we'll go off and I'm going to find a couple other little fun things to do. So there'll be some more pictures. Today again, like I said, we're hoping for a better outcome. If everything goes to plan here, we're going to circumnavigate this lake with a climb to that mountain that's up back behind us there, probably around 7 to 8 miles, depending on how many times I have to run back and forth for the camera. Look, Saunters, zip lines. A lot of this trail has been bracketed by these dark pine woods, mature pines. It's really kind of cool. It's already kind of quiet in here and just very muted from the low skies and snow on the ground. And then you get in these pine woods and it's even more quiet. You can hear the distant humming of the equipment over at the mine a few miles off to the south. So far no other people, though I know they're here. This is the most rugged the trail has been. There's a parking lot about a half mile behind us off another section of trail, and I'm sure the state wildlife comes in here with their ATVs, and years of ATVs has worn this into a 2-track with a noticeable hump in the middle, which makes for a bit of a small canyon walking path on either side. No big deal. But though there is ATV traffic on the part that I was on the southern shore, it was less, and it was almost almost as good as pavement, but softer. Yeah, a little bit here though, around about a half mile, we are going to start climbing that monster up there and walk up along edge of a ridge. I think it depends on which trail we take and how we're feeling. Yep, this has been good though. I think I'm starting to stretch out a little bit and not feel quite as bad as I did yesterday. Interesting. Appears to be another little service road, old service road right there. Mystery solved. That is not a old service road. it is a snowmobile trail. There you go. Alright. Okay, we started somewhere in about here, and we are now at this intersection right there. So I think we're going to try to go up and around. We're going to do the long way, I think. Or we might cut over here. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. This looks interesting. You go up and down all the draws. But I think we're going to go up on the top. Around the backside and up on the top. And then back down here and finish. A couple more hours to go for sure. Now we climb. First climb is done, and reminiscent of yesterday, if there were not previous tracks, I would have no idea where this trail goes. You look at this landscape. This is fantastic. Oh yes, and it has started to snow. About 3 hours earlier than forecasted. That's okay. Twisted around the back of the mountain a little bit, and now we're on our second climb. We're almost to the top, Evie. Starting to get some views. What do you think there, pup? All right, we made the first summit, the shorter one. We still have that one to climb yet. Oh boy. Must have been a massive, massive windstorm many years ago. Now the trail now is gradually descending down the side of the mountain, and it's no longer the nice wide 2-track. Although well maintained, there are rocks and roots and ups and downs and things to turn your ankles, so you pay a little bit more attention to your walking. Despite being up high, this trail doesn't offer much in the way of views. This is probably about as good a view as you're going to get. It doesn't look that great on film, but there's a certain majesty to it just standing here. What a hellscape this must have been. There was a hike that I attempted 2008 or 2009, I think, out in the North Cascades, and the slope that I had to traverse was far steeper than this. You know, take that steepness right there, and that was the whole slope for about 2,000 feet. I'm not joking, about 2,000 feet. And it was just a series of switchbacks, and the entire side of that hill was like this, only they hadn't been cut. I made it about a half mile of climbing over and under and trying to get around before I had to turn around and go back. It was far too much for my physical ability to handle. Gratefully, a long time ago, someone came through with a chainsaw on this trail. Not sure what caused that, but imagine walking this trail in the dark and missing your step. Okay, here we are, right there. We crested the summits right about here and then worked our way back down the back side. And now we'll head over to 8 and then 9 and then finish. Here we are back at the snowmobile trail. We'll cross that, head down to the main trail. Here we are at 9, final stretch, probably half mile to go. This is the site of the old Indiana mine. Well, trekkers, we have a short walk back to where we've been staying this weekend, and this will be a wrap for today. We are going to finish with probably about 7.9 miles, or right about there. Been a really nice day, very quiet. We haven't seen people until the last half hour, so we've had these woods, this lake, this mountain all to ourselves, which I very much appreciate. All right, trekkers, we had ourselves a great everyday adventure. We literally walked out our back door.